Here we go. So the recording started. This is our lecture for Design 350. It's Tuesday, November 24th. And so, of course, this is our pre-Thanksgiving break class where I've kind of posted up that there is nothing due on Sunday. So you should have zero on your mind to get done for Sunday. If you look here on the due dates, there is nothing there. There's zero due on Sunday. And then we'll have one more due date on the 6th. And by the 30th, you'll have that down. So we're really at the point of class where you should be applying your skills, and we'll see what's up with that, where we want to go. Timing doesn't always work out great, but what was due was your final grading for Industry Choice 1. So if you haven't got that in, please do get that in at your earliest convenience. And for the rest of it, we'll probably just be making changes to this. Remember, this will be a week where we do work. And then the final week, Tuesday the 8th, Thursday the 10th, those are our last two classes. And we're going to spend that really putting your portfolio together and talking about how that can, how you tag your portfolio to a resume, and also of going into Canvas and getting all of the resources off. Because, you know, as soon as the semester is over, you guys don't have access to Canvas anymore. And I think officially they turn it off like on, I don't know, January 3rd or something like that. So any of the videos, any of the background information, you will no longer have access to. You will, if you bookmark this calendar page, you'll have access to that. Okay, you will have access to the calendar page for this if you bookmark it. And so you can always go back and get videos from there. But you should make sure that you keep all of your background information in a repository somewhere that you can get back to get to it. So that's going to be our last week of class, which is the 8th and the 10th. And of course, your final portfolio, which will be a compilation of the portfolios, the work that you've done of your project work. And I'll tell you more about it. It's very simple. You've all done portfolios for us before. You'll have a very simple time putting it together. So this is just pulling things together. And remember, we do have a final exam. So let's take a look really quickly and see what the final exam looks like. I went over this once where it's either a CCNR write-up, okay, which some of you might already be doing anyway, but I gave you some information on that. And it's not really writing the CCNRs, it's writing the ground rules for the CCNRs. You don't have to write the whole thing up like a legalese document. But I'll give you a thing on that. I'll post it on December 7th of what the fair housing aspect is that you could write the ground rules for. A survey skill demonstration, either collect data and draw, which will be using the latest survey simulator that's got a building on it. And I'm going to identify 4 points on the building for you to I'll let you know which building I want you to survey. And what you'll do is you'll take your existing survey drawings for that site that you've already done, and you will just place the building pad on it in the correct location with a couple of dimensions and some elevation markers. Or you can go the other way. Ayub did a really nice job with he did the Minecraft construction project. It was very cool, Ayub. I really liked it. And it'll be the same type of a thing where I give you a very simple area, you'll teleport to it, and you'll build based on the survey data that I give you. So I'll give you a survey data sheet. You'll make a very quick drawing, and I'll show you where the TP is for one corner. That's a teleport point. Basically a baseline coordinate, and then you'll build a building pad according to that survey. So if you've done the Minecraft before, that'll be a very simple one. If you were one of the ones that was taking the data from the simulation, that will be an easy one. And if you've done it, I really think this is going to be easy. It's supposed to take you an hour or so. Okay. But you can take more. So I'll post those on the 7th. You'll have till the 15th to do it. You can post them early. I'll do the last posting that you make prior to the 15th. Unless you tell me that like, I'll do it right away if you tell me this is it. If you go, okay, this is it. This is the one I want you to do. But that's the grade you're going to get. Or you can, and feel free, I won't grade it, but if you want to put the posting in and then check with me and go, just checking, do I have everything included that's expected? I will say yes or no, and if it's no, I'll tell you what might be missing. Okay? So there you go. And remember, it's only worth 4 points. But you do have to put something in there, or you go down a letter grade. So be sure to put something in there. That's super, super, super important. But this is part of our learning of how jobs work in the working world. Notice I don't say the real world. I'm not sure how real the working world is. I've seen some pretty unreal things in the working world. But the working world certainly does have an effect on us. And one of the effects is if you do a lot of work and you don't submit it on time, you don't get the job. And that just means that you worked a whole bunch and didn't get paid. So it's only worth 4 points. But the big part is that it's worth a lot just to finish it up and get it turned in. Okay? So, there we go. That's that. I think that covers what we've got going. Let's see. Let me check all of the late. Nothing is due on the 29th. I am taking appointments this week. There's a few appointments left. Not a lot, but there's some. Let me see if I can find my appointment schedule. I don't know where it is now. Let's see. There it is. So, there's a couple left. I'm not doing too much on Wednesday, and I've got a bunch of meetings. Can you believe I've got flipping meetings on Wednesday afternoon before Thanksgiving? So, nope, nothing due on the 29th. And your second round, so look, I've looked at your first round work, everybody. It's flipping awesome. You guys are doing great. So I'm not too, Renolfo, yours was also, there. Okay, so I'll go through a couple of these questions that are popping up. Renolfo, I also loved yours. You were another one that did the Minecraft one. I just groove on that I can see simulations of how people thought about going along it. And I can tell that you're a Minecraft person because you put up a fence. And I go, duh. You were the first person, Renolfo, to put up a fence to mark the property. And I loved the fact that you used TNT to clear the land. and I know that there's commands that you can like look at a block and look at a block and look at a block and it clears everything, but I couldn't find those ones in Minecraft Educational. If some of you can find that, that'll be really cool. But your choice number two's work is ideally going to be very simple, be very easy, and just either an add-on to what you've done already or a very simple new part. Just because I think everybody's done so much good work, and I really wanted everybody to have a nice break this week. I normally I do stuff this week, but under the circumstances of remote learning and all the tech and all that kind of stuff, I figured everybody deserves a full week break instead of a little bit. So no, there's nothing due on the 29th. I'll be available all the following week for second round stuff as you work on it, as you start looking to do more work. And I do have some appointments available today, and some in here, and some in here, and a little bit right here. And then, of course, it'll fire up for next week. So Isaac asked for final exam appointments. No, because you guys all, I've seen you do your work, and I've been seeing you do your work. I'm not going to require that this one be recorded. You just turn in what you want. And because I made it so that you could do it and do it and do it and then turn it in, there are no recordings for the final exam for this class. Yes, and so I do have time today at between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. So if you want to pop on there, that's today. And this orange is fine. That's my 301 lab, but the 301 lab is just like this. I have nothing due for them. So I don't think there's going to be anybody dying to do lab work for 301. So if you've got some questions, and I know, Laura, you've been looking at how do you get those blocks in 3D and AutoCAD, and I'd be glad to help you on that. So industry choice number 2 is going to end up being due on the 6th. That's when it's going to be due. But even if you just start it on the 30th or on the 1st, you're going to be fine. I'm really cutting down how much work there is going to be on it. So you should be in good shape. Let's see what I've written down for what have I even posted the requirements for industry choice number 2. So no, it's just kind of like doing one of these. So now I'll go over, you know what I'll do? By Monday, I'll post some. But as an example, your Minecraft, since we do have a couple of people on it, what I did on the last one is I asked in Design 300 is I had some people actually share their site and go inspect each other and actually do a little survey of each other's work. So what I'll do is I'll show you a couple of things that you can do, and you might just do a little bit of extra work on the Minecraft construction project simulation, where now you go backwards and you create a survey data sheet from yours to revalidate what you've got. So I'll put something together there that allows you to do some cool work. We also have, if you're interested, a design function, and you can check with Adrian for those of you who are in landscape. Adrian used it just recently, and you can actually do some basic design work in Excel, and it counts the number of blocks you're going to use and what your total volume is and what your area is. And it's a program that was written by a Design Hub intern specifically for this purpose, for working with Minecraft, and it's pretty cool. But as always, I'm going to, for those of you who are going to be in Design 330, I'm not sure any of you, Isaac, have you taken Design 330 yet? Or are you going to be taking that next semester? I don't remember if you've taken it already. But I've got a machining game. Okay, yeah, so next semester. So that's going to be kind of cool. So we're designing a machining game, and we also can transfer this program to one to see how much stock we're going to remove and how much the final weight is going to be and things like that. Just as a real quick estimator, and the idea is, back to our original, it's a bubble diagram. So using a bubble diagram, we can get a lot of our initial stuff, but we'll be doing that for mechanical work. Okay, so there we go. So that's about it. So really, today it says it's just Q&A. I thought, no, I got to get onto the right day. Q&A for industry choice work. So do you guys have any questions? Like if you're going to be, do you have any, I mean, everybody's kind of done, unless you have some questions, because we were supposed to get it all turned in over here. But if you're still working on it, or if you want to extend and do more for your industry choice too, if you've got some questions, we'll just answer them up. Okay, looks like we're all pretty cool, pretty much in good shape. So Laura, do you have? Okay, so that's cool. No problemo. Well, that's it then. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.